The short, quick summer is something that most, maybe all of us, have experienced at least at one point. This is the second segment in the 9th episode of Arthur, and Arthur starts off being really excited for summer break, and he's writing a list of all of the exciting activities he wants to do. And then cut to the week before going back to school, his mother tells him they're going clothes shopping, and it's only then that Arthur realizes that nearly 2 months has passed and he hasn't done any of the things on his list. And he begins to panic, going frantic, trying to find where he even put the list, telling his friends that he hadn't done anything he'd planned to, and generally feeling really anxious about wasting time. But actually, maybe he didn't waste time as he thought, and I'll explain more about that with a spoiler warning in a moment. But I think there are two ways of looking at this, or two ways of reading it. The first message is that time is precious and you shouldn't waste it. I think making a list for things you want to achieve over summer or having some kind of loose schedule is a really great idea. Yes, having nothing to do after an intense year of schooling is a great way to relax, but at the same time, most of us, like Arthur, will get to the end of the summer holidays or the Christmas break or whatever, and will have realised that actually we didn't really do that much. We haven't got that much to say for it, and when your friends have been on holiday and they've been to camp or whatever, you feel like you've maybe wasted time a bit. And the important message there is that use your time wisely, because especially now as a fully grown adult, I wish I had 6 weeks summer holidays and Christmas breaks and things. But certainly as a child, I packed my summer holidays quite a lot, but we never went on holiday as such. But even still, you'd get to the end and there was still this sensation of, have I actually done enough? And Arthur really gets that anxiety. The episode really kind of portrays that very well. But the other message is that actually, even if you don't do things by a list, you may still have done more than you thought. When Arthur evaluates the things that he had done, he realizes that even though he went off list, he didn't have a wasted summer. He enjoyed his time, which is the most important thing, of course, enjoying your free time and spending it in ways that are pleasurable to you, even if it's not a box-ticking exercise. I thought a lot of the activities that were mentioned were a lot of fun. It could encourage children watching it to come up with their own lists and their own ideas for activities they want to do during the summer or spring vacation or whatever. So it's definitely a very inspiring, motivational episode. And I guess a spoiler from now, I'll discuss what happens at the end. So, spoilers, when Arthur sits back and reflects on what he has done, I love that he realised he'd went on loads of adventures just by reading books. As a writer, as an avid reader, I absolutely love that message. The fact that, one of his things on his list was explore space. Now, I don't really know what he was planning on doing with that. Maybe just using a telescope or something. But he then realised he'd read a book to that effect, and it was really kind of moving that he acknowledged that he'd had all of these adventures, and it wasn't just the way he'd expected it. So I really thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It aired alongside Lost, which is currently one of my favourite episodes of Arthur. So both of these were really strong segments in a really fun episode that was overall an absolute delight to watch. Definitely recommend the short, quick summer, which is a pretty weird title, I have to say. I like it. Binky introduces it at the beginning, I believe, and it caught my attention. Definitely did. And the rest of the episode maintained that attention. The short, quick summer is one that I definitely enjoyed.